Good morning. It is Thursday, March 10th, 2022. I'm back here for Daily Shakeup number 497, and I'm shaking things up a little bit. Got some feedback that the pictures I usually have in the background that relate to the topic are distracting. So we're just doing what's real. This is my office. So love your feedback on whether you like the authentic background or the pictures. Love to hear from you. So today I'm going to talk about the topic of these days and also one of our most challenging topics, and that's diversity, equity, and inclusion. And I would add belonging to that. So diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. And I want to suggest one of our challenge areas. And we've got many. We've got conscious biases, people who think it's not even important, it's not valuable, that there's something wrong with these efforts, and there's unconscious biases, there's fears, there's fundamental belief systems, there's beliefs that were already there. Long list of challenges to this. There's discomfort in these conversations. I want to talk about a subtlety, because I think subtleties trap us, and subtleties are also the opportunity to make some changes. So I was at an event last night, and the topic was diversity, equity, inclusion, specifically the board's role of an organization and assuring diversity, equity, inclusion in the organization, and a lot of talk about the culture. But here's something that one of the panelists said, and it really stuck out to me. They said, in order to really invest in and commit to diversity, equity, inclusion of initiatives and building that culture, here, almost a quote, we need to get past just focusing on shareholder value and look at other measures such as diversity, equity, and inclusion. Now, here's the problem. Listen to those words. We need to look past and in addition to shareholder value at these other measures. So diversity, equity, inclusion is an other measure. Yet all of the panelists, including the panelists who said that, were saying that they believed and that they were sharing the data that says when you have a diverse, equitable, and inclusive culture, your business is better and it has better returns and it has higher value. In other words, having cultures of diversity, equity, inclusion have been proven over and over to return greater shareholder value. In other words, it's part of the shareholder value, the shareholder returns, not a separate measure. And yet that's how we're talking about it. Now, if we parse that out, I'm guessing that panel member would say, no, I really think it's part of it, but that's not what they said. And so when you say that, someone in the audience says, oh, so we've got to also look at diversity, equity, inclusion in addition to shareholder value and shareholder returns. So if it's an other, how does it become part of the culture? How does it become part of the river that runs through it if we see it as an other and talk about it as an other? Further example of those little micro elements that keep us from achieving what we say is our objective of building more diverse, equitable, inclusive, and belonging cultures. So that's the thought to today. Think about that. Think about your words. And what are you really saying with your words? And do they reflect your beliefs? If they don't reflect your beliefs, change the words. If you realize they do reflect your beliefs, then work on the beliefs. That's it for today. Keep taking care of yourself and everyone around you. By all means, stay connected.